I'm Rob.
And I'm Louie.
And this is our Spare Teeth VR review
by Barefoot Gaming.
How would you describe it?
It is a bowling game, but instead of just boring old bowling, because you know you can only play that for 2 minutes, it's mini golf.
This is a mini golf game played with a bowling ball.
Yes.
And there's all sorts of stuff that, like, your environment can be interacted with in hidden and secret ways. Yeah. Plus, after you throw the ball,
you have to watch on the big screen TV to actually watch where your ball's going, and you can control it to give it left or right spin so that you can actually hit the pins more accurately.
And why do you have to watch it on the big screen?
Because you can't see where it's going all the time.
The levels are too big, and it won't let you move.
Too big, too layered, you know, it'll go from the top to kind of underneath you, and you just don't have a sight line on it.
So the game is listed as standing and room scale.
Yeah.
That is bogus. Yeah. There is really, the room scale, I guess if you want to try to pick up the ball that you've dropped, maybe. Yes. If you want to take a half step or whatever type thing. Yeah. But it tells you where to stand. And you press a button, the ball comes out, you grab it, and you throw it. And it keeps track of how many you're using. There are how many holes?
There are 18, and they vary from one to the other. It's always the same number of pins you have to knock down, but there are different tricks to get it there. It's not always just throwing it down the lanes. There's you know, things that you throw it into or throw it at, and it'll release a big...
Trying to keep it spoiler free. That's the problem. That's why Louie's choking up over this, because we want to tell you some of the things that we found. And some of them are simple, some not so much. So a quick example. We'll give you one.
Yes.
Use the Gumball Machine.
I will use the Gumball Machine. You throw the ball at its center, which is the turning...
The coin
mechanism. And if you can hit it there, it will release all the bowling balls it has in it. They look like gumballs. And it'll just flood the fairway / bowling lane with these balls, and it'll just go smashing all the pins over. And
so one ball, you clear the whole thing off, and there's little things like that all over the place, and some of them are actually pretty clever.
Yes.
Some of them are difficult, where you have to hit like certain colors that are higher up. But again, I don't really want to get into spoilers if we can help
But they're usually hidden in either your home zone, or you have to throw the ball kind of on an angle, and there'll be like a spot where there's no fencing, and maybe jump it off to the side, but you got to have it precise. It takes some practice.
So usually it's hidden. When you get to later levels, there's a couple of pretty funky ones that I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves. The game goes for $10. Available on the Vive, available on Index. It doesn't list Oculus, but I'm assuming it will work. As always, if it doesn't, I mean, just refund it. But I mean, it should. And Windows Mixed Reality, they frequently don't list that one, but it usually works across the board. Louie, give me pros, give me cons. Would you recommend it? Tell me about Spare Teeth.
Pros are, this is a fun game. Anybody could play it, from, you know, a kid to adult to your grandparents. It is very simple. There's not a lot of movements to it, and it's just easy to pick up and get playing. And it doesn't really penalize you. For all the balls we've thrown down, it
keeps track of them?
Bowling balls, that is. But it's not like regular bowling where you only get 2 or 3 balls to roll down and then it stops. You can just keep throwing until you actually win, which is kind of nice, especially for kids. I really like that about it. I like that there's secrets everywhere. I don't know if there's a secret to getting a hole-in-one in every level. We certainly didn't find them in every level.
No.
Cons are, it's really tricky sometimes when you're rolling the ball down one of the lanes and you're kind of banking and you're like, I need that one pin left, and you're trying to get it, and it doesn't want to get that pin. It can be a little bit frustrating that you're making the same move every time and it's always just that far.
But oftentimes they'll let you come at it from different sides.
Yes.
It just, you gotta play around with it.
And you gotta, you know, think outside the box. I absolutely recommend this game. I think it would be fun for kids, adults alike, and it's cheap.
It is cheap. So I guess I'm gonna say the pros are it's cute. Graphics look really nice.
Yep.
It's easy to get into. There are no penalties, like Louis was saying. You can throw 400 of your bowling balls and you're fine, right?
And you just won't get a high score.
No,
that's it.
The only real restriction there is if you have to throw that many, you're going to be frustrated.
Yes.
Right, and there are some levels that are going to be difficult later on. It is very easy for anyone to pick up. As the levels get harder, the game definitely does, like maybe younger kids are going to have a harder time at later levels.
Yep.
But realistically, as long as they don't get frustrated, keep throwing it. As long as they know to look at the big screen, they should be laughing. It should be fine. The only con I have is that it's only 18 levels, and you can get through the 18 levels pretty quick.
Yeah.
So again, $10, maybe not a lot of money. If this is a game that looks cute or fun to you, give it a try. If this game doesn't look like it's to be fun for you, it's not going to change your mind. Popping into this isn't going to be like, oh, I was expecting this to be. It is exactly what it looks like. That can be a pro or it can be a con. I found it fun at $10, so I would say I do give it a recommendation. If this looks like something you would enjoy. Again, you're looking for Pavlov, you are not going to find it here.
That's right.
So that's our review. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to
subscribe.
We love hearing from you. Share our videos. They're the only way that they get out. And we will talk to you again real soon. See ya.
Bye.